Hello grade 2s, it's Friday and we are going to finish up our math for this week. And into your package, I gave you a circle, I gave you a square, and I gave you a strip of paper. You're not going to do the math part that's on the back, you're just going to use a piece of paper. So I'm going to need you to have all of these and your scissors. So press pause if you need to get these items with you, okay? We're going to start with our circle, and I want you to think of this circle as a piece of, or as a pizza. I want you to think of this as pizza. Now, what if I wanted to share this pizza with someone else? And in order to be fair, should our pieces be the same size? Yes, they should be equal pieces. So we're going to take our piece of pizza, not our piece. You're going to take our pizza, and I want you to fold it in half, like this, and make a crease, a line. And then I want you to open it up, and you're going to cut along the crease. And I'm just going to grab my scissors here. Okay, so you're going to cut along the crease. And now you're going to have two pieces that make our whole. Now, to know if they're equal, you put them on top of each other and they should be the same size. Okay? So when I take a whole and I break it into two pieces, it's called, and we learned this last year, a half. This is one half and this is another half. But today we're going to learn, how do I write that? How do I write that I have one half of the pizza? Well, it's called a fraction, and a fraction is when we have a part of a whole. We don't have the whole pizza, we just have one part of it. Or sorry, when we just have part of it. It can be more than one. So 1 half we write like this. A 1, a line, and a 2. The 1 stands for I have one part of the whole, and the whole is 2 parts. So I put a 2 down below. So a half is one part of the whole, and the whole is 2 pieces. So the 2 goes on the bottom. Let's get out our square, okay? Now this is called 1 half here. I forgot to write that. 1 half, okay? Now we're going to take our square. This time I want you to think of this as a cake, and I want to share it with 3 other people. So 4 pieces. I want to make this cake into 4 pieces. Me, and I'm going to share with 3 of my friends. So we're going to start by folding it in half. So pull it over, draw a line. Now we're going to fold it in half again so that I get 4 pieces. Okay? So I'm going to open it up and you're going to see the different lines. And I'm going to cut on the creases. So 1 crease will put it in half, just like we did with the circle, 1 out of 2. But if I cut on the crease of each of these halves, I will end up with 4 pieces. And when I put them all on top of each other, there are 4 little squares, right? And they are equal. They are the same size of cake. And if I hold them up here, you can see that they will fit together to make our whole. Okay, so let me hold it a little bit better here. Okay, now this time we didn't break our square in half. It's not 2 pieces, we broke it into 4 pieces. And this is called 1/4, or sometimes you get the term a quarter, which is what we learned last year. That this is 1/4. And because we were just talking about money, you'll remember how many quarters make $1. Right, 4. So we took our whole cake and we put it into 4 equal, and that's important. They have to be the same size. Equal means exact same size. Okay? So if I have one of these pieces of cake, I write the fraction. Can you say the word fraction? Fraction as 1 line 4th. 1 of the 4 pieces. Because remember, the bottom number tells me how many make up the whole. Well, to make up the square, I needed 4. So I have 1 of the 4 pieces of the whole. So I have 1/4, or you can say I have 1/4. Can you say that with me? 1/2 is 1 line 2, that's the fraction. And if I have 1/4 or 1/4, say that with me. 1/4, 1/4, it's 1/4. And we draw a line to show that, okay? The last thing is you're going to use your strip here. And I want you to think of this as a chocolate bar, okay? And I want you to, let's make a half. Let's make 1/2. Well, half is, we're going to break our chocolate bar into 2 pieces that are exactly the same. So we're going to take it over and fold it. And you would see the line. So if I wanted to color 1/2, I would color one of these boxes. Now what happens if I want to break my chocolate bar into 4 pieces, into quarters or fourths? Okay, I would fold it in half, and I will fold it in half again. And now when I open this up, you will see 4 boxes. So if I wanted 1/4, I'd color in one of those, and this is the fraction, what it looks like, okay? So when we have part of a whole, we don't have the whole thing, we just have a part or a piece of something, we call this a fraction. Say that with me, fraction. Now I want you in your textbook to open up to page 52, okay? And we've got a piece of pizza on page 52 here, okay? So press pause if you need to. And at first, we take our whole pizza and we divide it into 2 equal parts, and each part is a half. So we have our pizza broken into half. Then we took our pizza and we actually divided into 4 equal pieces. So we have a quarter or a fourth. Now I want you to tell me, which do you think is bigger? Do you think a half of a pizza is bigger, or a quarter or a fourth of the pizza is bigger? Which one do you think? Right, our half of the pizza, because the pizza is only broken into 2 pieces, so that is much bigger. Down here, our pizza is broken into 4 pieces, so one of those pieces is going to be smaller. So 1/2 is bigger than 1/4. And that is only true when we're talking about the same size. If we were to look at a chocolate bar and a pizza, they're not the same shape. So we can't compare what a half of a pizza and a half of a chocolate bar, because they're different sizes. But when they're the exact same size, when we know they're both these pizzas, a half is a bigger piece of pizza than a quarter. So if you're really hungry, you might say, can I have half of the pizza? 1/2. Or if you're not maybe as hungry, you'll say, can I have a quarter of the pizza? Or 1/4 of the pizza, okay? For today, you're gonna do exercise 40, and you're going to go along and look at each shape, and I want you to put a check in whatever box is showing 1/2. So the shape is broken into 2 pieces, and they're equal pieces, okay? So let's look at the first one. Is this circle broken into 2 equal pieces? Yes, these are equal. So I'm going to put a check in here. That shaded part is a half, okay? And then I want you to look, let's maybe look at the triangle here. Is that broken into 2 equal pieces? No, this part up here is smaller than the whole bottom down here. So this is not a half because it's not equal. So to know if it's half, it has to be broken into 2 equal pieces. Down here, I want you to put a check for one that's a quarter or a fourth. That means the shape is broken into 4 equal pieces. So make sure that it's broken into 4 equal. They're the same size, okay? And then you're going to turn the page over, and this time you're going to do the coloring. For half of the shape, you're going to color a quarter of each shape. Then down here, you're going to color in to show me what half of the chocolate bar or a quarter of the chocolate bar. Same thing we did with our strip of paper. And down here, you're going to use the alligator mouth, which always eats the bigger number. So I want you to tell me, is a half, is it bigger, is it greater than, or less than a quarter? Okay, so that's what I want you to do for today. Okay, so have fun doing that for Friday, and we will see you next week.